So today is Tuesday, July 29th, and you know what that means. The Last of Us for the PS4 has been released, and this is my impressions on do I think you should buy it or rent or not pick it up at all. So first, what's new about this edition? Well, it's the same good old game, The Last of Us, but it includes for the PS4 all of the download maps for the multiplayer and the standalone DLC, which is called Left Behind. That one features Ellie and her friend. I'm not going to get into too much details because I don't want to spoil that, but it's a good pickup. Also, another difference is this game is running at 60 frames per second on the PS4 at a resolution of 1080p. The PS3 version had a 720p resolution with 30 frames per second. If you haven't played 60 frames per second, I would say you would have to give it a try to see if you like it or not. Me, for example, I love 60 frames per second. I think it makes the game run so much smoother, and the feel of the game just feels so much different. I guess you can almost think of it as like looking at the difference of an LED to standard definition. I don't know, that's how I think about when I see 60 frames per second. It's much more fluid. It looks really, really good. It's more of a depth feeling to it. More 3D feel, so I think that's another reason why people like it. With 1080p, the resolution looks greater, character models look so much better, and the game already looked great on the PS3, so that was the funny thing about it. A lot of people complained, yo, the game's only 720p, the PS3 is capable of doing 1080. Well, guess what, this was your answer. They did 1080p for the PS4, so there goes your answer. Do I think people should pick up the game? I think if you never played The Last of Us, where have you been for the last year? Have you been living under a rock? This is like Game of the Year for 2013, one of the best of this generation. If you never played it before, I think you should definitely pick it up on PlayStation 4. If you have a PS3, if you love the game enough that you want to play it again for a second or third time, I would say get it. The price tag is at $50. If not, just wait. You could probably get it for cheaper because you already know what happens in the game, how great it is. But if you really want to play the multiplayer every day, I'll say you still have to wait because a lot of people not probably pick up the game first day. If you have played the Left Behind DLC, it's already on the disc, so that's also a good catch. But I think I'll definitely pick up this game because it looks great, plays great. Another feature that it has is if you're not a fan of 60 frames per second, you can actually put the game to 30 frames per second. So that's another cool option that they added to the game. But unfortunately, you can't switch between both when you are playing 60 frames and you want to run the cutscenes at 24. Well, the cutscenes run at 24, excuse me, but you can't go back and forth because you can see the difference at 60 frames and then when the cutscenes run at 24. So some people like to play at 30 so they don't see a difference between the cutscenes in the game itself. So that's pretty cool. Another feature that's added is if you picked up Infamous and seen the screenshot mode that they have, as you press start and it lets you take a screenshot anywhere of the game. That's also been added to the PS4 version, which will make some pretty sweet photos for the game itself if you want to show off to your friends on the internet. So that's another great feature that's been added. But other than that, it's one of the great games. A whole bunch of more I guess expansions to make it better. Of course, you'll see some things like jagged edges on different shadows running at 1080 60 frames, but you can always turn it down to 30 frames per second and you won't see the jaggedness. But that's just being really picky. And then it's also the same old glitches that was in the first game. Some of them return in this PS4 game also with some new glitches, but you could look up videos for that. But other than that, as I said before, if you haven't played this game, it's a definite must buy for the PS4. If you have played it on PS3 but you loved it and you want to play it for a second or third time on hard or new game plus, I would say pick it up. If you're a PS3 fan the first time and picked it up and think it was enough, I think you're fine. You're not missing anything new.